Persisitent studio. So live coding part.
So here you see it's reacting about the sound.
So here is a music source.
So the music source, if I cut the sound, it's done that visual. If I activate the sound, it's done that one.
So here
And
is
so-
FFT working.
So exactly. So here is the FFT, and you see the bass and the treble, and each particle will sample the values. So if you want to have some convolution or smooth the signal or make some point for activating some parts, you could define all that values. So this is a simple one because there is just one single particle.
So for example, popcorn effect can be used for the live event or
Exactly,
version,
yeah.
and not only to be exported their engines. Is it possible to use on standalone entities, or it should be exported for the project?
Normally we use a player of that effect that could be in U4 or Unity, and then we could plug OSC events, for example, to be able to siphon also the audio signal from Ableton or things like that, and be able to react with the wall integration effects. For example, if you have the character, you will have the character and the background effects will be reacting on the sound in that way. So you have a complete application, and then you stream that on YouTube or live events or every time. So here, for example, again, every kind of visual change. See, if I cut the sound, it looks like that. But
So motion graphics in
Yeah.
real time with music sources.
So you could have your person, your character, a 3D character in VR or thing like that, and have the thing that's reacting.
It's useful for VJs.
Yeah. This one is for VGing. So all attributes is bind on Mixer tablets. And so the DG could control all the scenography and the change of the visual depending on the sound, but also depending on the events on the.
So is it possible to export their external HDMI source output?
Yeah, because we could spot the result. So with Spout, you could get the image and combine it with Resolume or any video mapping, projection mapping. So in that way, you will be able to control very easily with a smartphone or every device that send OSC packets.
OSC packet
yeah.
is also supported.
Exactly. And so we could change every aspect of that runnery
In real time.
in real time. So, for example, if I want to change and animate it that that way, it could be
So
really
it's
easy.
not Unity or Unreal Engine?
No, it's our own software, but it could be exported on Unity or U4. We are also compatible with Amazon Lumberyard.
Popcorn effect. So this is a product of your company, Persisitent Studios.
Exactly. So you have to define the Unity project, so you change the access system, and then you have to plug the settings to define where is the source pack. The source pack is like PSD, for example, for Photoshop image, and then it is converted in a final image in PNG or DDS, for example. You have to plug the camera, and then just add the component and reference the effects, and then it's done, and you will have the exact same result as here, and so you could do a very different kind of effects like data visualization or explosion, thing correlated with an animation guy.
So how it's working as a performance? It's greater or
Yeah,
same?
it's generally speaking is greater, and you have a fine control about the simulation. So the simulation could run on CPU or on GPU, and you could balance the resources depending on the scenario. So for example, for a big game, it's very interesting because sometimes they are GPU bound, Sometimes there are CPU
So
bound.
it's a controllable.
So it's very controllable. It's very depending on the kind of game also. And we are extensively use SIMD. So for example, in mobile, it will be SIMD, single instruction, multiple data. So for example, on mobile, we could use Neon massively, and we parallelize all the simulation. The idea is the same. We plug the source folder that rely on the source FX.
So it's greater than the original Unity particle entities?
So it's use our in-house tech to simulate the particles, and then it's rendered with the standard Unity rendering pipeline. So if you want to change the shader, or if you want to use HDRP, it will be possible to use the regular pipeline.
So how to analyze consumption of the memories? How can control it?
So basically, each particles layer is defining the number of particles and the rate and the data structure. So here you have an idea with the pie chart of what is consuming the most. So for example, in this instance, in terms of memory footprints, that layer is the bigger one. So if I see it, it's named
post effect.
No, it's not the post effect. The post effect is.
This is particle.
This is the particles, and when I change, for example, the focus distance, depending on the camera, it changes the size of the particle and things like that. But for the depth effect, it's not done in the post effect because we don't have the depths, and it's done directly on the shader, and the shader is you have the blurry one and the neat one, and depending on the distance, it will layer in the shader on to have a blurry aspect or neat in the focus plane. So basically here we have the fields of the particles, and you have
Filters.
the fields.
Filter.
When I create particles, it's very, very simple. There is just the position, for example. But depending on what behavior I plugged, I will need, for example, the color, or I will need the text code, or I will need another set of position. The lifetime is this is the
physics, collisions.
yeah. So for example, I need here a phi parameter to see where it spawn on the sphere. So here it gives you an idea of the memory footprint of one particle.
So you can choose the float.
Yeah.
Float 3.
Yeah, you
double,
have,
for example.
you have all
okay, memory consumption.
And the memory consumption for that one is 56 bytes per particles.
Per particle.
And then we work for the simulation to be efficient per page. And the page is depending on the hardware. But for PC, for example, is 2K particles per page. So here you see all the consumption of the page. The red is when it's used by the particles, and the blue and green is when it's free. So when I have something that is burning at a certain frequency, you see the page, the occupancy on the page.
So minimum and maximum can be estimated.
And so it's the reason why our performance, we consume the whole page and we do the whole instruction for the whole page.
So it's working on the multi-platform?
Yeah. We are, and here you see the instruction, and with the disassembly, you see that instruction will apply a multiplication on the whole particle page. So in that way, it's very, really more efficient because you could vectorize all the simulation. And
so it's a simulator of the shaders.
It's simulated on CPU, but With V2, we have
So
both the choice.
internal language.
We have an internal compiler and be able to scale on that different target platform.
Genius.
But the simulation itself is done by us.
So the company is from game studios.
Yeah. The company is founded in 2005, and we are making middleware, so visual effects middleware, with formerly SDK, C++ SDK to integrate on in-house engine. And we have done several plugins like Unity or UO4 to integrate our tech.
So who is the user and what kind of the price or purchasing model?
So currently it's used with different game studio like Sony using the system, Ubisoft also in trials, for example. We have many various different size of studio using it, and many people with Unity, many people with UO4.
How can I test it?
Very simple. You go on the website. The editor is accessible and you could download it. So for example, if you go here...
Popcornfx.
Yeah, popcornfx.com. You could go here, download it.
So here is authorizing software you can download by free?
Yeah. So you could download it and you have to register. Then we have a different business model. So if you are using a regular engine like Unity or UO4, it's we will hand on that in GDC, but it's a per seat license. So it's scaled depending on the usage. So if you are just a hobbyist or a guy that are doing with personal
How much
tests.
it costs for the individual users?
For individual users, that is not for commercial projects, it's free.
Okay.
So you could play with it and test it. It's free. For hobbyists to freelancer, there is a small version with $25 per month. For the professionals to enterprise, we have a professional version.
So how can I understand the license model? So for the execution or exporting, converting?
So basically it's that model, the software model is for the guys that wanted to create new effects. For the licensing model for the middleware part, so the runtime that run the effects, it's normally per title and per platform. But we offer the Unity and the UO4 version for free also.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.